Alright, so I know I may have just said in the last book haul that I wasn't going to be buying anything for a little while, but yeah. Then I went to the Epic Read signing, so this is why I don't make bans. I do mean it, that I'm not going to really be buying books too much, but I could not buy these. Anyway, went to the Epic Read signing, came home with the books from the Epic Read signing, and then I've also had a few other things show up in my mail, so even though we just had a book haul, we're gonna have another one, and there was some more time in between these two events than it's seeming like, because I recorded that other book haul a couple weeks ago, so it's not like I made that little I'm not gonna buy books statement and then went out 2 or 3 days later and bought books. It was a couple weeks. Whatever. I'm not justifying myself. This is what I got. And we just won't talk about the fact that there was a Sephora next to the bookstore. Nope, didn't happen. So this nice full little bag of books, all from the Epic Reads tour. Let's get into it. First up, Exquisite Captive by Heather Demetrius, which I am listening to on audiobook right now. One of like half a dozen books that I currently am in the middle of, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I wanted to have a finished copy of it. Plus, I just love Heather. I also got my copy of Something Real signed, but I immediately loaned it to my friend Sam, who went to the signing with me. That'll be finding a home on the sign shelf behind me somewhere. Actually, I don't know where any of these are gonna fit. The sign shelf is more than full, like overflowingly full, so I think I need to clean off another shelf and commit to 2. Anyway, had to get this one. Of course, had to go meet Heather as well, and expect to be seeing her face on the vlog sometime soon, because while I was there, we recorded a little message about the blogger caravan, which is going to be this whole big month-long thing. Next up, and such a pretty cover, is The Jewel by Amy Ewing, which is a debut and sounds really good. Before I end up saying this about all of the authors, let me just say that the panel was fantastic. They were all just really engaging and seemed like they really got along with each other. They were very fun and just kind of flowed and interacted with the audience, and it was just really, really good. So all of these women that I'm going to talk about, all of their books sounded good. All of them were really well spoken and really well educated. We talked a lot about that in the panel, and just fantastic women across the board. But yeah, so this is Amy's debut. Sounded really interesting. I liked how it kind of came about, and I've been wanting it pretty much since Epic Reads released the cover during one of their tea time chats, so yeah, I needed this one in my life, and now I have it. Anatomy of a Misfit by Andrea Portes, which was the only contemporary, non-supernatural-y book of the whole pack, so that was kind of an interesting one. We talked about that a bit. I think she kind of felt like the odd woman out, but it's fine. She had a place there. She has a place and a story to tell. So yeah, we were definitely excited to get my hands on this too. I love under the cover too. That's cute. Asylum by Madeline Rue, which I've been wanting to get forever. She was there promoting Sanctum, which is book 2, but since I haven't read Asylum, I didn't want to get that one yet, though I was tempted to just buy both, but I mean, my bank account was already going to be mad at me. Definitely had to pick up Asylum, especially after hearing her talk about it. That makes me even more eager for it. Plus, creepy pictures. Yeah. And the last author from the signing was Anna Carey, so I picked up a copy of Blackbird, which has been on my radar. I'm especially intrigued by the fact that it's told in second person, which can be really hit or miss, but is something that's not used very often. And again, just hearing her talk about it was really interesting and made me more excited for it. So yeah, I had to pick that one up. And I also had my copy of Eve signed. And since that one I didn't loan out, I guess I can show you that too. So that was all that I got from Schuler Books, from the ladies of the Epic Reads panel. Again, it was awesome, it was excellent, and all the books sound great, of course. And the rest of what I got recently was all sent to me by awesome people, so I'm going to show those. First up, Prickle Moon by Juliette Marillier, which is a collection of her short stories. You guys probably know I'm a huge fan of her writing, like, just, I don't know that I could count how many times I've read Daughter of the Forest. Just adore her. The fabulous Renee, I will link her channel here somewhere, is also a huge fan, so she actually sent me this because she's amazing. Yay for that, and I will be digging in as soon as I'm able. From Alexa Adams, who you guys may know from my various Jane Austen events, I got The Madness of Mr. Darcy, which is her latest release. This just came out, so you can check that out now if you would like. She was part of Austen in August this year and said that she would like to send me The Madness of Mr. Darcy, and of course I said yes. I don't turn down my Darcys. So look to see this in next year's Austen event, because I have a feeling it's going to be included. I'm eager for this one. This sounds really different from other retellings that I've read, so yeah, curious. And lastly, and I'm going to try to contain myself, but I make no guarantees. Shadow Scale by Rachel Hartman. I think you guys know how I feel about this. My love of Serafina is no secret by a long shot. I talk about that book a lot. I push it fairly forcefully. I love me some Serafina and have been needing Shadow Scale for years now. When did Serafina come out? 2011, 2012, something like that. This doesn't come out until 2015. That's mean. I didn't mean to rhyme, but that's how serious this is. So yes, during our chat about Serafina last month for Wednesday YA, I expressed how, you know, impatient I was for this book, and so Rachel, being the lovely, amazing person that she is, sent me a copy. It might have had something to do with the fact that I could kind of blackmail her with the threat of releasing her medieval singing on the world and posting it everywhere that I could, because yeah, I have that, linking it right here. But mostly it's just because she's amazing and she knows how much I needed this. Yes. Consider the October TBR thrown out the window, because this takes precedence. This should tell you how excited I am. I very rarely get very eager to read super thick books. I tend to look at a thick book and wonder how much of it I'm gonna feel should have been cut. I tend to feel my fingers itch for a red pen because I just want to start scratching things out. This wasn't needed. This is unnecessary. And so I tend to look a little bit at big books as somewhat of a chore. There are some very, very good ones, but most of the time I look at them and think, it's over 400 pages. I really want to do that right now. This, however, is almost 600 pages, and I'm looking at it like, oh god, yes, 600 pages of Serafina. So that should tell you something. So expect to see me talking about that one soonish. I'm going to try to save anything in depth until it's much closer to the release date, because I don't want to have you guys forget about it. Not that you will, because I'll be talking about it. But, you know, it's unfair to tease you with it 6 months in advance. But, you know, I will try to be a good blogger girl and not talk too much about it until we get a little closer to March, but I will be reading the hell out of it right now. And that is all for this book haul. Let me know what you think in the comments, of course, and which ones you are most eager to read or most curious about. If you want to hear excerpts of any of them, including Shadow Scale, let me know and I will share a little sneak peek with you. And until next time, that's all for now. As always, thanks for watching and happy reading. I want to bite it. I think I just got lipstick on it. Oh, I did. I'm sorry. It'll be okay. That's weird. That's weird, and it's gonna stain.